Hungry for good news? Listen to Sophie Mafi with Sophie now.
Good Monday morning. You're listening to Sophie Mafi on the Sunny Side Up. Today, I'm doing something different. I've decided to talk to John. Now, you will find more about him in just a minute, but I wanted to say that we met through the comments on Ahla Fawda as they were organizing a beach cleanup. So John is Australian Lebanese and has made his way to Beirut from Melbourne. And today we're going to find out why. So John, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Sophie, for having me here today with you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So John, I'm sure everyone's wondering with this introduction is why are you here? Everyone is trying to get out and John's found his way back. So do just elaborate on that for us for a little bit.
Sophie, I've been in Australia for the last 7 years and not a single day passes by without me, seeking, actively searching for this opportunity to talk about Lebanon and talk about how great my country is until, it wasn't so great anymore. And I'm that kind of person who would never, watch someone fall or watch something bad happen without getting involved. I'm just that kind of person. So in that way, I decided that it was time to get involved and play my part. I believe that I've got
what part is that? We met on Instagram, as I just told everybody, and your handle is Low Waist John. So what have you come to do? I do know we have a lot of ways to be managed. But what role are you looking to play here?
Awesome. Good question. Well, I think every one of us has a role to play, and a role that I've identified for myself was right now I found a way of reducing waste at home and in businesses. So I thought, why not begin on trying to do so, inspiring people to realize, yes, we do have waste. And every time I speak about the work I kind of do, people will tell me exactly that. We have so much waste. Good luck. You've got lots of work. But the thing is, how about I get more people involved on that journey for all of us, not just for us and the environment.
So getting these volunteers, I know there's been a struggle. There's a lot of volunteers that are trying to rebuild Beirut. I mean, there's so many different aspects happening in the country. So the people are spread quite thin, if you want to put it. But I do know there's organizations that are focused on this, like Rbeiz Online, Ahla Fawda. There's a couple of people that I'm sure you've connected with. Now, how can you engage or create an initiative where you do feel that you will get these volunteers on board and be able to spread the word and get more manpower?
Yeah, I've just recently come back, so 3-4 months. I come here every year, but I come here on a holiday. So I've spent the last few months, just thinking up, updating everything I know about the country, meeting new people. Most of the people I know, to be honest, have left. So I'm here meeting more people, and I was in this need of meeting people who are passionate about all that. Instagram and social media has been an amazing place to go to in times where I was feeling very, low or desperate, demotivated. This was the place where I went to. A lot of people today are doing great work. I'm so grateful for all these organizations and startups that are beginning. A lot of people want to do something. We just don't have solutions that are widely out there. And I think we just need to put these solutions out there, promote them more, and tell people, here is something you can do. No matter how small the action you take is, every act counts.
Every act definitely counts, and we've seen that. It's the people that are trying to put this country back together. As we know, there's a struggle, lack of resources, lack of funding. So, what role can you play? By being part of the diaspora and also having a foot in the country. How can you sort of bridge this resource financial gap, maybe by raising funds abroad? I mean, what kind of role can you play here, or are you looking to play?
Yeah, as you stated, the diaspora has a really huge role to play, in my opinion, especially I like to think about this saying that you say, like, help yourself first to be able to help others. I used to feel very guilty about being overseas and not being able to do much, whether that's during the explosion or other events. But I decided to change this narrative for myself and think, no, this life I've built for myself overseas is to be able to create a network from overseas, to start channeling, whether that is funds, whether that's awareness, whether these are, donations, in-kind donations. It's very possible to do so. When I was in Australia after the explosion, I've realized how much people overseas were keen to help, but we just needed these messengers. So this is the role we can play when we're overseas, and when we're back here in the country, then here's a place where we can be on the ground, listen to the people, see what is happening, amplify the voices of those who are doing great work already. And I guess connecting more people, so bringing, I'm going to say innovative ideas, or ideas that are coming from overseas, ideas that are coming from elsewhere. This is what I do.
We were sort of just talking about the role that you can play as part of the diaspora and the bridge that you can create, in Lebanon, maybe through funding, grants, resources. Now, another question I'd like to talk about is, what did you learn in Australia? You were talking about different types of ideas. What did you learn in Australia that you think you can immediately implement in the country?
It's a funny question, because most of the things that I've discovered or learned in Australia are things that are inspired by the old and traditional methods we have right here in Lebanon. In some ways, like I'm talking about the bulk food stores, where you can go and shop plastic free or just without any packaging, you just scoop and weigh. Think about all these Mune stores. Think about all these places that that will, sell you the herbs and spices, the mixes, all of it. We have it here. It exists. We just went for packaging. So I think we're this lucky generation that has seen these things done without any packaging. I remember even my grandparents, planting their trees in needle cans. Like, they are the pros of sustainability. Our grandparents are. And really what I've learned there is that they have learned a lot from us. So it was time to, instead of feeling ashamed of being Lebanese or like old traditional, how about we just need to market it again to the new generation as something cool to do, something good, not just cool, but good. And I think that's the main thing about how do we rebrand sustainability today for the local community right here.
I know. I don't know if it was you or someone was telling me a story that they were super impressed, that they went down to the grocery store and the old man behind the desk said, honestly, if you don't take this plastic bag, I'll give you a free bottle of water or something along the lines. And if you bring in your old jars, and if you bring in all of these olive oil jars and as you said, Mooney jars, if you bring them to us so we can package the food in them, we'll give you extra, or we'll give you a discount and stuff like that. So that there are shops that are trying to bring this back, but it is, as you said, it's the older generation that are trying to maybe re-educate the way that we are dealing with things. And because there's been a lack in the supermarkets, or they're overwhelmed or closed because of COVID, people are having to go back to their local grocery store. So I guess maybe that's a place to start with this initiative and awareness building. Where do you live in Lebanon?
I'm in Munsif at the moment, in the Rbeiz area. And it's like thinking about it as a small town where we have a lot of local grocery stores. All of them are run by older people. When I come with my own bag or with my, my little cane basket, when they look at me, they think I'm coming from the past, but they love it. It's a conversation starter. And tell them about, like, right now, today, a plastic bag became so expensive for them in the dollar. Like, they're imported, these things. So now's an opportunity for change. I see all this as an opportunity for change. And this is why I came back. I am here to spend as much time and energy with people on the ground to see how we can, often, sorry, I'm going to change topic, but often we think that sustainability is more expensive, but really it's saving you money. And how can we make it fun, convenient, and save you money? This is what I want to do right now. Get people on board, build momentum, and realize that there is a lot that one person can do.
Very inspirational words, John. It was wonderful meeting you. It was just so random, and most of my episodes are about sustainability and different types of local organizations that are trying to do this, and civil servants just like yourself, that are taking this initiative and taking this burden on themselves, and are doing more than what they should to be able to try to create change. Now, I guess you've got some work to do. You've only been here a couple of months, so a lot more work to do. And obviously here at LightFM, you can tune into our episodes, and we do mention a bunch of stuff and a lot of people. So it's a good way to maybe create those links and those bridges. And good luck to you. We wish you all the best. I definitely wish you all the best. And it's been such a pleasure having you with us today, John, and inspiration to all. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much, Sophie, for having me.
That was Sophie Mafi with Sophie.